All right, check one, check two. This is it. Welcome to the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I'm your host, Rob Cantrell. I am upstate New York at the Cannabis Culture Film Festival. And we are with one of the filmmakers, a great filmmakers from upstate, Greg Klein. Greg, you are here. Tell us a little bit about the foundation in this Cannabis Culture Film Festival.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me on. Thank you for being here this weekend and being such a great host. Our organization is called Mattson. We're a 501c3 nonprofit film commission here in Oneonta, New York, which is right in the center of New York, 175 miles from New York City, in the northern Catskills, what the state calls the Mohawk Valley EDD, Economic Development District. And we were actually the first, even though we've got some bigger cities in the Mohawk Valley, we were the first film commission in the Mohawk Valley EDD. So we're trying to piggyback on what the Hudson Valley has done and Albany has done, building film industries here. And one of the ways we did it was to invite the cannabis culture guys up, and always trying to bring new artists up and show them how beautiful it is here. So we hooked this guy named Rob Cantrell and asked him to come up. And
Thank you.
It's worked out pretty well this weekend, I would say.
Oh yeah, we had a blast last night. We saw the Big Lebowski here. This beautiful theater was just like a huge silo. We're upstate in this town is Stoneota.
The kids call it Stoneota.
Stoneota,
so
it's very stony. There was some white dudes with dreadlocks out in the crowd. There was some hippies, some farmers, some beekeepers, some filmmakers, some New York weirdos. My favorite crowd. And I did 20 minutes, a little bit of stand-up, and then we watched the most awesome film. And then they had noodles afterwards. We had our own ramen noodles. Did you enjoy the noodles, Greg?
I love the noodles. A Cooperstown guy who's doing a new concept, trying out his stuff. It's called Some Noodle Ramen. And I thought they were great. It was the perfect stoner food for us. And shout out to Dosha Dispensary, our sponsor, for having you up here and footing the bill and making it free so everybody can come out and watch these great films this weekend. Yeah,
Dosha is right here in
downtown Stoneota.
Yeah. And it's downtown Stoneota, and I drove by a cute, cool little store, very nice, safe, and those guys had a table of the best, like great pre-rolls. I got a Jack Herrera pre-roll from UHA. What's that one?
Yeah, that's the brand you like, or that's the...
I love that brand. They just had they had a Kiva bar, which is like the champagne of chocolate, and they were just giving it out free. Like, you guys are doing so great. Yeah. Tell me about, your film background, as well as like making films up here in upstate New York.
So this all happened sort of by accident. And Corey Rowe, the Dosha owner, was our former board president. Before that, I was our board president. We're the only two founding board members left from what we started 5 years ago in 2020, right before the pandemic shut us down. But we had similar backgrounds. We were both in LA, and it didn't work out for us. You were out in LA, and it kind of had the same vibe about it. And as you know, the film business was fleeing. So Corey is from here. My mom was living here. We ended up moving back here with a short stop in New Orleans. And along the way, I learned what runaway production was. And we both just decided we don't even have a film commission here. And again, Albany was thriving. Hudson Valley is thriving.
Yes.
Upstate bumped to the tax credits in New York. And every year, New York's great about the tax credits. If anything you want to do here in New York, you can do, especially if you're moving it from another state, which is one of the cool things about the industry now. So, we're competitive. We just needed people to know that we're here. And, people know Cooperstown. If you go downstate, if you live downstate, if you live in the Mid-Atlantic, you probably know Oneonta for our colleges, which are excellent. Or you know our outdoorsy stuff.
What's the college? It's Oneonta?
Yes, SUNY Oneonta, the State University of New York at Oneonta. And then Hartwick College is the private school. It's a religious school. It's a really top-notch school. But they're both really good academic schools, but then SUNY Oneonta is a little bit of a party school as well, and that's, I think, where Stoneota comes from.
Yeah, but college towns are the best. I love beach towns and college towns. They're the chillest of the chill. And college towns, people read books,
Well, you're a
which
mountain,
is all right.
You're
we
a
think.
mountain guy, and this is a college town in the mountains.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm
Like
from
3 hours
Virginia.
from
This
New York
place,
City.
yeah. This place sinks right into my roots. I love it up here. I love there's beautiful mountains up here. It's about 3.5 hours. The drive was, as soon as I got out of New York, it wasn't, I drove from Brooklyn. As soon as I got out of Brooklyn, but there was one stretch of road that was like one of the most beautiful roads, and I've been on a lot of roads. It was one of the most beautiful roads I've ever been on. It's just green Appalachian mountains, all the way you look around. And when you smoke a joint and look around at mountains, it's something magical to that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. There's like 3 different ways you can go through the Catskills from New York City to here, and they're all beautiful. And if you do it the last week of September, the first week of October, I mean, think about how mystical it is then when all the leaves are changing. And
Wow.
Then think about you're smoking and looking at those colors. So,
Yeah. You see the Headless Horseman running
It's
around
a
here.
gorgeous place. And, so what we're doing is just trying, like I said, film by film, event by event, artist by artist, just showing people, A, how beautiful it is, and B, how cheap it is to make a film here compared to every place else, and with the tax credits that you get up here.
Yeah, tell me about the facility here. So this facility is like a whole, I don't know, it's a grade A movie theater as well as a black box theater in the back, and then like a whole like hangout zone in the front. It's sick.
So this is like a one size does all kind of convention center in a little city. The funny thing is, Otsego County has Cooperstown, but we have one city though. It's the city of Oneonta, the city of the hills. And so this is Foothills. It's a qualified production facility, so you can get your tax credits here. It's got this big theater, which is like a 300-seat theater, but it's also got a black box for little theater shows that seats 100. We've also got a smaller theater for smaller screenings and things like that. When we do like anniversary screenings, we did Goonies here a couple of months ago, and that went over really well with the costumes and things like that. So it's, and it is a convention center. They even have church here on Sunday mornings. I mean, you can do all sorts of different things here.
We had a Cannabis Film Festival, and then they had church on Sunday.
They're going to have church, but yeah.
It all goes together.
It does all go together.
It all goes together. Right? I got no problem with that.
God's seeds, right?
Yeah. It all winds together.
And it's just again, in a small city, it's like 20,000 in the city, 60,000 in the county, right again in the middle of New York State. It's a great resource for us, and the fact that it's a qualified production facility helps us bring films in here. If you need a couple days, you don't need a big, fancy shoot. You just need a couple of days to get your tax credits and stuff. Maybe you need a theater. Maybe you need a black box. Maybe you
want to shoot a Western. You want to shoot a Kung Fu flick. You want to shoot a horror flick. You could do it all up here in the mountains all day.
We are going to watch the coolest film tonight. I'm sorry you're not going to be here. It's a sci-fi, Western, comedy, Kung Fu drama. Oh my! It's called Astro
What's the name? Give it a shout out.
Astroplane Drifter.
Astroplane Drifter.
It's our feature this weekend. It is so funny, and the filmmaker's here, so that makes it perfect. And again, that's part of our plan.
And High Plains Drifter is a really good film and Beastie Boys song.
yeah, for sure.
What's the like? All my creative friends, like so many friends, have moved upstate. People think like New York City is where it's at. I love New York City, but I lived in California for a while. I grew up in D.C. New York, City. I'm not dissing on it. It's funky. It's fresh. It's always going to be there. But if you're a stoner, coming up here is just so magical. There's so many hippies. There's so much great food. There's so much, the bad food's good. But the cannabis has been exploding. Like there's always been hippies up here. But I wanted to get a read from somebody that's got their, that's living up here. What's the cannabis scene, and what's the vibe amongst the people? Like, is it a good thing? Is there complaints? Is there people psyched on it?
I think it's been a really good thing. I mean, I'm biased because our local cannabis owner is on our film commission board and is our single biggest donor, again, including this event. And but
that's a great way to fund the arts.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is he's in a position where he wasn't 5 years ago when we started all of this, where he does have some excess funds, some funds that he needs to give to charity and things like that. We are a 501c3, so it is a nonprofit that we can do some arts things with, like this. But also, we have in March we do the Made by New York Women Film Festival. So that is entirely for women to submit their own films. Any key position can submit, and any woman that lives in New York, from New York, or made a film in New York So
That's awesome.
You know, we have that fully funded too, not through Corey, but through another foundation. And you know, so just because of what we can do here, we keep hoping to build and bring more people here. So to have somebody like that in the weed business, you know, it certainly does help, because he can always be there and help us if we need a little help. To make this free for everybody this weekend is such a big deal, because with the economy the way it is, and
oh, this is free? Oh, that's cool. You guys, this place is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we made tickets free so that we could bring everybody in and show them what great films we have. And, you know, like, shout out to the Cannabis Culture Film Fest guys, because what a great
shout
job.
out Tim and David.
What a great job they do cultivating stoner films for us.
And they're nice. Tim and David are super nice and super nice to work with. I did Fort Collins with them years ago, and it was like one of their first ones, and it was so much fun. To go out to Colorado right when you know, weed was getting legalized, and we saw some films, and I did a little bit of stand-up. I just remember working with them. Yeah, I definitely support them when they come to town, and it's so important to get the arts in these small towns.
Yeah,
you know, that's what's cool. Like I grew up in a small town in Virginia in the mountains, 4 hours from DC for a while, and just to have like access to movie theaters or filmmakers, an excuse to like just to do something creative in some of these small towns where the arts aren't really like pumped heavy. Like, I just think with the technology and everybody just going for it, could be really a great hub. And I hope you to bring more movies and more films up here and more weed.
It's, you know, I appreciate you saying that, because I mean, that's what we're trying to build here. And like Kelsey Grammer's in Margaretville, which is 1 county away, and he's doing his thing. And every time
he's having salad, he's having eggs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So every time we do something, we meet another artist, or we meet somebody else that's from here, or like Kyle Carvin is from here, and he, you know, is doing great things. Both, he's that guy that's in everything that you've ever seen, and you don't know that he's in it. Like he has the record for the most kills in The Walking Dead by a non-regular, but his thing is horror. And so he and Corey made Ouija Witch here a couple of years ago, where we doubled for Salem, Massachusetts. And
oh wow!
It's like, yeah, so it's like, it's so cool that we have an artist he lives in Atlanta, he's doing his thing in Atlanta, but when he wants to make a horror film, he comes back home to make a horror film.
Yeah, and you're saying you get good tax credits in upstate New York.
It's great. Yeah, you get the upstate bump up here, so that makes it perfect. And then, you know, again...
is it more, but if I did the city, is it more expensive?
Oh,
is it
so much more expensive?
Yeah, that's the gig.
That's the gig.
I dig it.
Here's the thing.
And, but you're only a few hours away from New York City.
Right. And then, you know, like, we're getting a reputation as Horrorville, you know, with Ouija Witch, with Popeye the Slayer Man, which was filmed here last year and is doing really gangbusters. And, you know, it's cheaper here to make films than it is even in Albany, even in the Hudson Valley, you know. And again, we're a tourist area, but our tourism is in the summer. So 9 months of the year, we have hotel stock just waiting. And the other thing is we have all 4 seasons. So when people come here, we've got an extended winter that they can come up here. And, you know, sometimes you have to move locations just to get a winter. Remember the Leonardo DiCaprio film from like 10 years ago, The Revenant or whatever?
Yeah.
They had to go like to Chile or something to find winter. Like, we have winter in upstate New York. So,
yes.
You know, yeah, we're just building. And
it gets cold. It gets cold up here.
Well, you can't put a southerner up here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've been to Syracuse. I hung out in Buffalo for about 3 months one time, young at my age. My friend was from there, man. Yeah, but I love it. I love all New York vibe. And I also love the Native American vibe up here. I did a Native American cannabis festival. They hired me up on the Finger Lakes, way up north.
Well, yeah, the Finger Lakes, they have some reservations.
Yeah, they had reservation. They had their own dispensaries. They had their own scene.
They do, yeah.
They paid me out great, and they brought the Cannabis Coffee Hour up there. That was a lot of fun. So I have mad respect for New York.
But I mean, they're growing. You know,
yeah. They're growing.
They have their own stuff.
They have
their own brands. They have their own types, their own strands, their own scientists. You know, they're on top of it.
Anybody that's been close to nature and the earth, like the Native Americans were, can understand the essence of cannabis and how healing and good and useful it can be if not abused.
Well, you know, Corey, again, Dosha owner, he's a veteran, and his first film, Mile Marker, it's a documentary about veterans and cannabis.
Yeah. I would totally see that going to war and coming back. I got a nephew that just joined the Air Force. It's just going through that hardcore of a situation, especially war. man, you really do have to have cannabis or something to deal with the amount of trauma that your brain takes. Because in the old days, they just pump them full of sedatives or whatnot, chemical shit that will fucking kill your liver and whatnot.
Right. No, I mean, it's just
take a couple dabs and watch.
Yeah, I can remember Corey saying stuff even in his publicity about the film, you know, when he was in LA and he'd be in traffic and it would cause him stress. I don't mean to tell somebody else's story, but, you know, vape would calm him in a way that, you know, the traffic and everything else in LA would not, you know, would activate. So, yeah, totally.
No, yeah, I think it's definitely good. You know, I've always said cannabis, it's a little bit for everybody. I'm not the judge, but I do think it's better to hold off until you're like 25 to 30.
When your brain forms.
When your brain forms, and then when you get old and your ankles. Yeah, most people don't. But you know, just it's a good thing for going. I just love coffee and weed, and that's what I've been using the last few years to move forward, being creative and keep it moving. Do you enjoy coffee, Greg?
I do. I like the coffee as well.
What's your coffee scenario in the morning? How do you like your coffee? Are you a snob or are you a Starbucks cat? Or are you an office coffee cat? Where you at?
Well, so again, I married into a New Orleans family, so we'll do some coffee and chicory if we can get it.
I know about the chicory.
If you know, sometimes we'll get, like, for holidays or something, we'll get a box of community coffee. I don't know if you've been down to New Orleans and done community coffee.
No, but I got Cafe Du.
Yeah, Cafe Du Monde, of course.
Du Monde,
that's the tourism one.
Yeah, I've had the tourism one.
It's good. I mean, you know, Cafe Du Monde is Cafe
But
Du Monde.
Tell me about this. What's this coffee you're talking about?
You know, community coffee. It's like the New Orleans or the Southern Louisiana coffee, and they do have coffee with chicory, which chicory is, you know, a little more of a stimulant as well. And, but they also have like a you know, praline flavored version, and they have a king cake flavored version, and so just like New Orleans flavors, you know, Mardi Gras flavors, things like that. So like I said, a holiday time we might get a box of like 6 or 10 of those just to last us through a season, through the dreary winter season.
Yeah, the chicory, that's got a nice little spice to it. I've always enjoyed it. And it's good on iced coffee as well. Mix it with a little bit of oatmeal, for some reason that cream and the chicory hits just right. It's just like New Orleans. It's a little bit funky and great. Yeah, man, I'm just so excited to come up here, Greg, and I appreciate you coming on to the Cannabis Coffee Hour. We have other people here that are going to be on the podcast as well. Is there anything else you wanted to plug on the show or tell people about the area? I wanted to make sure I pronounced. Tell me about the
Otsego.
Otsego. And what is that? And that's the film company that.
So it's our county, Otsego County, and like I said, Cooperstown, home of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And then Oneonta, the city of the hills, where we have SUNY Oneonta and Hartwick College. And I mean, can I plug the sitcom fundraiser? Is that okay?
Yes, please. Yeah. I watched it and it looks like a great idea. And yeah, you please.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're one of the things that we're trying to do is not just bring the film industry here, although we're trying to do that as well. My Great White Whale, as I told you, A Quiet Place 7, someday when we get to it, I hope they come here. They actually filmed A Quiet Place, the first one, in Little Falls, not too far from here.
In The Quiet Place, that's a TV show, right?
No, the movie, the horror movie. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
When they were in Buffalo, I'm on a tangent, but when they were in Buffalo, they booked like 6 months of hotel rooms. So again, that's kind of what we're shooting for. But we also want to do TV shows here because we figure if we have a TV show, then 10 episodes, 12 episodes, 22 episodes. So we're doing a spec pilot. It's called Super Buds. The idea actually started at the Film Otsego Gala last year where we had a fundraiser. We were talking to Corey, like, what can we film in the dispensary? So we came up with this idea of these 2 kids from the trailer parks of Oneonta who we know from the beginning are going to be Oscar winners someday. And on the day that the one turns 21, he gets a job at the dispensary to make these little episodes about his life. And so it's called Super Buds, with the idea that he grew up on the Super Friends, but now the bud tenders are the Super Buds, helping the people of Oneonta. And so we're doing a fundraiser right now. We do have a match where we can do some job training to train up some people here in the area. So so it's tinyurl.com, superbuds25. And if you guys can help out, that would be really great. We're, like I said, the idea is to do a streaming sitcom, The Office meets Shameless with a little dash of Young Sheldon.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I would tune in.
Thank you.
And to shoot it up here and to shoot it at a real dispensary and all the beautiful mountains up here. visually, I know it would look amazing. Yeah.
We have some production values that you can't buy, but if you just come up here, you can turn the camera in any direction and get them for, your location fee, basically. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. And can you take the train up here?
You can, yeah. You can take the train to Albany, and then you can either get an Uber or something, or get a cab from Albany to Cooperstown or Albany to Oneonta. You can also take the trailways straight from like Penn Station or the bus station at 34th, straight to Oneonta.
Yeah, and it's not mad expensive. It's not crazy.
It's not
Shout
at all.
out to the Hampton Inn I stayed at last night. We had a good free breakfast, coffee all day. They had a pool, the gym, what's this thing?
Oh, the ellipse?
The elliptical worked. Yeah. The elliptical worked. Don't you hate when the elliptical isn't working? The elliptical worked. The oatmeal was fresh this morning. The bananas weren't, but it was the Hampton Inn. But everything else worked all right. But shout out to them. Greg, thank you so much for doing the podcast. Yeah, I'm going to bring on, we got two other guests. But because I just need to do this. But Greg, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for visiting Stoneota. Thank you for being a great host. Thank you for your set last night. And thank you for having me on. Thank you for pumping up Film Otsego for us.
Yeah, pump up, go, Film Otsego in Cooperstown all day. I love it. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. We're going to bring on another guest, a good friend that I just met, another New York person. But she is in the cannabis business and also in the media business.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Shandell, I'm Rob Cantrell. This is Shandell. Can you hold the mic?
Yeah, I can hold it.
Have you ever done any rapping?
No.
Have you done any singing?
I actually auditioned for the X Factor when I was like 12 years old, but it was a clear no.
No, you got it. You have the X Factor. What did you do?
Sang very badly for an online audition.
But what was the song?
I don't even remember.
Oh. I'm trying to think of a song we could sing together.
Shoot.
Smoke 2 joints in the morning. Smoke 2 joints at night. Smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel all right. A little Sublime. Everybody knows a little Sublime. Right. Good job, Shandell. Shandell, you're too cool to do this, and you have a huge online presence, and you also work with multiple cannabis companies, and you have a cannabis media company. Tell me a little bit about your background and what you're doing right now with cannabis and media.
Yeah, for sure. So I do a lot of production for social media and social media management. So I work with dispensaries and with brands. For dispensaries, I have like an agency. We're called Puff Social. We get your Instagram popping.
Yeah.
We do a bunch of film shoots, professional editing, professional videography with a bunch of Instagram safe marketing for retail locations, which is so hard because everybody's getting banned nowadays.
Yes.
Oof. And then with brands, I'm always happy to do shout outs for brands, make videos, show off cool products. I run the Instagram for Eureka Vapor too. They're an awesome vape brand on the legal market.
Yep. That's amazing, Chantel. And just the New York cannabis is growing so fast right now. I wanted to talk to you. So have you been to the top 10 dispensaries in New York State?
I definitely have. I mean, I've been to so many. I've probably been to more than half of the dispensaries in New York State just to collaborate by now, so I can definitely give my insight on dispensaries.
Yeah, because there are good ones and there's bad ones, and especially the non-legal one I wasn't a fan. I loved when everything got official and everything got sealed, and there's levels. What would you say is your favorite dispensary in New York City? Or I know that you don't want to down anybody. Maybe give 3 that you really like oh, these people are doing it right.
Yeah, I love Cuban Midtown, like good friends of mine. I used to be right by there, so that was my main dispensary. They're really cool, like New York themed, colorful, super hot, hip. They're doing even like a fashion show coming up for this month with Fashion Week.
Love it.
I really like High Tides in Coney Island because they have a really good beachy vibe, very clean, very nice in there, right next to Luna Park, so I can get high and then go on the rides.
Yes, that's a great suggestion.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one. But that is a good one. Yeah, I've been travel agency and then Mattson.
Mattson nice too.
Yeah, that's what I go. She did the podcast, and she's my friend. She's so cool.
Oh,
yeah. And so those are the 2 ones that I know in the city that are legal that I really enjoy. But I've gone to other ones and enjoy them all. But I love hearing about this Coney Island one. That's a great suggestion.
Yeah, they're brand new. They opened recently, I think this year, but they're super cute, and they're really right next to Luna Park. Like, you go across the street and you are in the arcade.
Oh, wow. I would love that. What's your favorite arcade game?
I like the dance one where you gotta like jump and dance. On
Yeah,
the
Dance Dance
platform.
Revolution.
Yes.
Dance out of it. You got drama? She's not into shooting games. She's into dance games.
Oh my goodness. I went to the range once. It was terrifying.
Yeah, guns are weird. We don't have to talk about it, but I've done to the range. It's a different vibe than video games and amusement parks.
Oh yeah. With video games, I'm like Pokemon. That's the big one, I think.
Pokemon?
Yes.
And that is, do you do it with your phone?
Yeah, I play the Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I got stoner friends that are all about the Pokemon Go. Yeah.
Dude, I went to Pokemon Go Fest on Randall's Island, which is thrown by the Pokemon Company, and there were so many people getting high there. I did interviews too. I was like interviewing people, and if I saw them smoking a joint, I'm like, hell yes.
Oh man.
My people.
Yeah. I know. I got a friend that is exactly like that, and a huge stoner, and is all about that Pokemon life. I don't know about it, but I do respect it. I like Dungeons and Dragons, and I like good art. And I think the Pokemon characters are really trippy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon character?
I like Squirtle a lot.
What does he do?
He's like the little turtle that like squirts the water. He was in a gang in like one of the first episodes of the first season.
Sick.
They had the Squirtle Squad. They was causing mayhem everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Town.
Turtles are the raddest, aren't they?
Oh, I like
Are you like frogs or turtles?
Turtles.
Turtles all day. Turtles have the shell. And they can move, like they're the ultimate stoner hero. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because they just chill.
I relate.
Yeah, and then if drama happens, you can just go. Now, Shandell, what would you say your favorite strain right now is?
Strain? I would say some Wedding Crashers. It gets me smacked.
Yes. Wedding crack. I remember Wedding Cake, and that's always a great one.
Yeah.
I haven't had Wedding Crashers. Now, are you vaping weed? Are you doing dabs? Or are you smoking flower?
I smoke everything. I'm definitely the biggest with the dab pens now. I do the vapes a lot just because, I always have a vape in my hand. But whenever I have the chance, I'm going to take a dab. I just got a rig. Like, I just got my first dab rig.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to
You can't hate on the hash. The hash is the champagne of the cannabis. It's not I'm kind of a one joint a day. I'm more Bob Marley, big fat spliff. I like big homegrown diesel. Maybe like one spliff a day. Maybe two after a show.
Fair.
Sometimes I'm getting into tinctures a little bit. That's always a nice method.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Do you like edibles?
Edibles are cool, but I keep getting too high on edibles. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. And then you just crash out. Then you just sleep. I use them to crash.
Okay.
To sleep really hard. But I do love those Kiva chocolate. I like chocolate.
Those are good.
That's just, even if they didn't have weed in them, they're good chocolate.
I tried like the new Braun recently. I was smacked. I feel like all these companies now with the nano infusion that's coming out is getting only stronger and better. Yeah.
It's getting really strong out there with some of the edibles. Like, it's just, but people have different tolerances and everything changes. And as you do with what you work with, what you like. That's what I like about cannabis, that the variety has gotten to a point where, and the type of people that smoke it involve themselves in the culture. It's just a growing, cool new thing.
Definitely.
Now let's talk coffee. What do you like with coffee? Do you like coffee?
I drink a latte. I drink iced coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
What, do you go to the place or do you make it at home?
I have to go to a coffee shop right now because I don't have any coffee machine yet.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. I got really blessed in my old place. How we found the Nespresso Vertuo in the hallway of my old building.
Oh, that's a good hookup.
Right?
And then you got the espresso. Yeah.
It was so good.
You can find old coffee machines around. Like, people discard them, or some office space that didn't happen. You can grab. So look out for a coffee. I can see a coffee maker coming to you.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Get on Facebook Marketplace. Start lowballing people.
Oh, yeah, I use a Chemex. Have you used a Chemex?
No, I haven't.
It's just like this glass, kind of just bowl, and then it's just a filter. It's just a piece of beautiful glass. And then you take the crowns and you just pour it over steadily. And you really get the taste of the essence. But it takes forever. It doesn't take forever, but it takes like 10 minutes to make.
So you're doing like ritual coffee.
Yeah, every morning. And then my other move is I get the steam going, and I get the steam right into my nose.
Oh, it's a 2-in-1.
2-in-1. So I'm making the coffee. I'm cleaning out the sinuses to get all the bong water out, and then I start my day.
Okay, has it saved you from getting sick, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, my wife got me this like elderberry you don't even know about, like some hippie crunchy from way up here in upstate.
Ashwagandha?
Yeah, it has some no, this is elderberry, which is like this powerful berry that will kill everything. And I take 2 dabs of that under my tongue, and nothing touches me. And I had a little bit of, look out.
Check it out.
Check out elderberry, especially if you go to one of these hippies towns, you make sure the person has a dream catcher in the window. You go in there, and you get yourself some honeycomb and some elderberry, and you won't get sick. And chopping up ginger. You like ginger?
Ginger's fire.
Ginger's fire. You know what's up.
You put me on with the elderberry. Thank you.
Yeah. If you're traveling, I know you said you fly around and do gigs, and you're always producing media, and staying in hotels and stuff. It's so easy to get sick.
Oh my!
And especially when you're doing cannabis events. That's another thing. I hosted a bunch of cannabis cups for High Times, but yeah, passing joints and smoking joints, like you can get sick. Like these are the things that you got to think about being in the profession.
Shame on anyone who passes a joint and hits that when they're sick.
That's a shame.
Don't be doing that.
Do people don't really pass? I don't really pass since the pandemic. Are you passing since the pandemic?
Yeah.
You still passing? Yeah. I mean, we all think about it.
I do the visual scan though.
Yeah, you got to do it. Oh yeah, if there's something hanging, if there's a wart or something, I'm like, I got my own thing over here.
Word to that.
Yeah, you got to know the cat a little bit more. After the pandemic, people aren't passing as freely as they should. But that was a cool ritual about cannabis and bringing the circle and bringing people together. Was the past, but now that there's so much cannabis, there's almost no reason to pass because everybody has their own pre-roll or their own way of doing it,
That's very true. And yet there's still going to be people coming up to me like, can I hit that?
Tell me more about what do you think about social media? Yeah, that's the same thing. Promoting this podcast, I had an IG account, and I smoked a joint in Denver with my buddy Ben Cronenberg, who's a great comedian. But it was on a fisheye. But I smoked the whole joint, and we did the whole interview, and they took it down. They killed my account just for smoking a joint. They're the worst. It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg sucks. He doesn't know what's up. He's still calling it marijuana. I'm Gen X. I don't give a shit about social media. But I still will rock it. I love YouTube.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I think nowadays it's a really great place to reach customers.
YouTube?
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you can do TikTok, that's definitely the hardest one.
They're really bad on cannabis. Is TikTok, right?
Yeah, they're strict.
They're strict. Who's the best?
Right now, X. Twitter is treating me really and then
of course they'll put up anything on that. Yeah.
YouTube will allow you to post it. They're not going to take your account down, but on YouTube they will not allow you to monetize. So
that's what I'm running into.
Yeah, so it's best if you want to do cannabis content for these platforms. I would suggest not going the route of trying to get paid per view, but go by brand sponsorships. Work with brands and work with fans and try to profit there as opposed to from the platform because they're never going to pay.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and work on the quality of your content and that it affects the audience. Lately, I'm like, I'm not going to look at my numbers. I'm just going to try to get cool guests that are relevant. I'm going to put it up there and capture the sound good and the light good. Hopefully this all works out. And just put it up there and just keep on stacking it and building it. We're at 335 episodes right now.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, you know social media. You know how hard that is.
And it's a long form, too, so it definitely takes time to create it, film it, edit whatever you need to, put it up. Like, that's not easy work if you're working with something that could be 45 minutes to an hour long.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it takes a lot. But I'll get a team. I'm putting a team together. I'd love to talk about you. You have a team that you work with, like a production company that is sponsored by a cannabis company.
Yeah, I mean, we're like a media company, so we have our clients a bunch of dispensaries around the city and a little bit upstate as well too now, and even in Montauk, Long Island.
And you probably employ people, like you get photographers, like for shoots that have
Yeah.
great cameras, and there is a way of shooting cannabis content, whether it's, I smoke on the podcast or I don't smoke, but taste-wise, I do like seeing smoke in videos. I think it looks kind of cool.
I agree. It's so not platform friendly. It really depends where you put it up now. Like most of
You're
my
right.
cannabis content, you don't even see consumption of the products in what we do. It's more like a trending audio, a reels, a skits, something like 20 to 30 seconds, attention grabbing. Maybe it shouts out the name of the place or shows some products as like, a prop, but it's so hard to be so direct with it now, whereas we have all this cannabis industry products with amazing benefits and different like technical specs about them that people should be learning more about. We should be able to tell people more about, but you can't even be like straight up like this is a 1 gram versus a 2 gram product because that will flag. So
that will flag. No, you're preaching and telling great data for people out there, and I'm learning from this interview. You're 100% right that. But at the same time, everybody knows what's up, and if you get a good name as a cannabis, and you're right, if you produce a funny video. And then the brand is good, and they're like, "Oh, I'll fuck with that." Like, it'll still work for advertising. But yeah, visually, like, there's a couple things I just do like smoke. But you're right, they'll flag it. But I do like it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever want, I definitely can give you some tips and pointers on how to avoid getting the page taken down.
Yeah, I would love to hear all about that because I know it's evolving so fast, and that's the same thing. With being in the cannabis culture, that the laws are moving so fast. So the person that's in the trenches, that's a person that's a great asset to anybody that's trying to get involved to the cannabis industry.
Right on.
Because you know what you're doing, because you're out there doing it. What about, I'll let you go, Shandell. I'm going to bring on the founders of the Cannabis Culture Film Festival on next. But can you give us a recommendation for an upstate dosha, of course, is a great. Have you been to Dosha?
I have not yet. I just got here last night at like midnight.
Yeah. Cool. Check out if you can, if you have time. Cruise by and check it out. It does look like a really cute shop. And I met the owner last night, and he couldn't have been cooler. And he sports the arts.
Ooh, I'm gonna go by.
Oh, nice. But what about upstate? And what's a good dispensary upstate or a brand?
Yeah, I mean, what town, what area? I guess I know a bunch.
What about the top female? I had that
top female owned.
Yeah, I had the chairlift that had some mullein leaf in it that cleans out your lungs. It's called, I forget the brand.
Were you from Etain?
Yes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Because Etain was mostly edibles, but then they started rolling out these pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Have you had one of those?
I have, yeah. I tried one of them at the CMB. I'm into the whole mullein idea because it can clear you out.
Yeah, clear. I'm 100% mullein, and I did smoke, and I was like, "Oh, this is smooth as hell. These chicks know what's up, man."
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to that brand. Give them a shout.
Etain. I think it's.
Do you know the girls
now.
who run it? Do you know to give them a shout?
It's fluent now, though. They got bought out.
Oh, they got bought out.
Yeah.
They got so good. Those girls are on a yacht. Floating out there,
man.
man.
Life now.
Yeah,
but shout
that's
out Jess who introduced me to the brand.
Yeah. It's just it's fascinating. Shandell, thank you so much for doing the Cannabis Coffee Hour. I'm going to bring on the founders. Anything you want to plug or tell anybody?
Yeah, come check out my documentary, Rolled with Care, today at the Cannabis Culture Film Fest.
Yes, tell me about the documentary.
It is a documentary covering professional rollers in New York City and paper brands and the public and a rolling class. So we get to learn all about rolling and the art of it.
Yeah, because the rolling videos historically for cannabis content always get great numbers. I worked at High Times, and they were always like, let's put up a rolling video because it'll get good numbers. Like it for some reason, but it is fascinating because you learn something about it. But papers have gone back thousands of years, right? Cannabis papers? Does it go into the history of the cannabis? I'm sorry, there's a gnat.
I see now.
Yeah, I got rid of it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first joint was ever smoked like in the 18 or 1700s. So pretty long ago. I mean, papers goes back to ancient Egypt. I don't know if they was using it to roll up back then, though.
Yeah. And paper artwork it goes way back to China and all this stuff and zigzags. And do you know about the raw paper guy?
I know, yeah, I've seen him on Instagram.
Yeah, he does really great cannabis content, and he just took over High Times. So just give him a shout out, and I like raw papers.
Oh,
What's your favorite paper?
Papers, man, I'm not the best roller, but I like snail papers because they'll do the customs with like the influencers on them. So like my friend Jose has like his own papers with him with the GTA style.
Sick.
It's so dope.
Yeah. It would be nice to have my own papers. That sounds great. All right, Chandel, I'm going to bring on the next guest, but I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much
and
for
good
having
luck with your
me.
film. Oh,
Thank you.
You're the best. Yeah, thank you. All right, we're going to bring on, Chandel's going to step aside, but this is the last 15 minutes here. We're going to bring on the founders of the Cannabis Culture Film Festival. And this is, can you get in here, guys? We got David and we got Tim. Pass the mic to Tim, and he says something.
Howdy.
So, yeah, all right, fellas. We're getting in there. Tell us about the cannabis film. Are you having fun up here?
Definitely, guys. We started the Cannabis Culture Film Festival 9 years ago in upstate New York. Tim and I met via a story I can't tell you right now.
Okay.
But, we both indulged in cannabis.
Okay.
And it was a staple in what we do in our daily businesses. I am a filmmaker at a production company. And Tim also is a filmmaker and has a production company. So.
And they also chicken fight. So that's where they met, at a big chicken fight that was illegal. And that was what they were doing. No, just kidding. That was a joke. But keep going. No, you're rocking it, David. Keep it.
I have some chickens.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, these guys are upstate dudes. That's what I like. You have, and you also have grown a little bit, and you've also made great films, and you've AD'd on a lot of great stuff, and you're a photographer. Tell the good people what you've been up to. And your chickens.
Lately, I've been waking up early, opening up the coop for the chickens at around 6 a.m.
Nice.
And usually
How many do you have?
We had a massacre a few months ago. But,
Okay. Sorry about that.
We got down to 4 from 20.
A fox got in there?
Fox, and they say there was actually a weasel.
Oh, those weasels!
They're serial. They say they're serial killers because they don't eat their prey. They just kill it and walk away.
Oh my God, so evil. Those weasels, you can't trust a weasel.
But I go down. I wake up the coop at 5 a.m. I don't know if I said 5 or 6 earlier, but
yeah.
I go. Then I drive to the city.
Beautiful.
And I usually do work on a couple gigs during the week, and then I go home on the weekend and hang out with my family.
Yeah.
And take care of the chickens.
Chickens.
When I can.
Nice. And do you eat the chickens or eat the eggs?
We do the eggs.
Are they come out brown?
I got brown ones, green ones, blue ones. What color do you want?
Oh man, I love them all. Give me the rainbow colored little case of 6.
Right, we're working on pink.
Yeah, pink. All right. No, any of them, man. Any of them. That would be too kind. You guys have been so good to me. Like I've said, they gave me the most beautiful glass bong I've ever had last night. Tim, thank you so much. Tell us about the sponsors here and you guys are both putting this together, and more about last night and today.
Sure. So last night was our mini Lebowski Fest because we screened the movie with you opening with comedy, which was awesome.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Had me laughing and splitting my sides to beat the band, as they would say for Lebowski.
Yeah.
And then we had noodles afterwards. And in regards to your bong, that was provided by Vitae Glass.
Yes.
And that is one of our big sponsors for this event outside of Dosha Farms, which shout out to them because having somebody like that be able to sponsor the festival and make it free for everybody is awesome. And then Film Mattson for helping to make all the arrangements. So shout out to Film Mattson because those two partners essentially made this whole thing happen. And then we have King Palm, another sponsor who provided us with a bunch of cones. So that way all of our audience members have something to be able to use. So we make sure that every time we do a film festival that there's something in it for the audience, not just good content on the screen, but also gifts because we want to treat our audience right, and especially our filmmakers, because that's literally everything about the film festival.
Yes.
Our main goal is to make sure that the filmmakers have a screen to be able to put their work on, and we can feature it, and hopefully get other people in front of that screen as well that can help them with distribution. Now that's the big thing that we're working on right now.
Amazing. It's putting these festivals are magical, but also having a sponsor, you're not beholden to ticket sales. So you can do programming and put on like a movie and a comedian and a band. You can mix it up. And then for the community, it was just such a great crowd last night. Did you guys enjoy the people up here?
I did.
Yeah.
Definitely, we had a pretty good turnout last night. We had everybody in here earlier about an hour before the show started, setting up, people filming the theater. Rob came in, did his set, and then we were into the Lebowski. And then afterwards, we had some noodles. So I don't know what else to say, but it was a good time.
Nice. Now, David, do you drink coffee?
I actually maybe like once, twice a year.
Okay, that's all right. We have non-coffee drinkers on here, dude.
More of a tea guy myself.
Tea? Oh, I love tea. What kind of tea? Do you do tea in the morning?
I do tea in the morning. I do tea at night.
Tea at night? Green? Do you go green? Do you go black?
I'm soulless, so any color, any flavor.
Camille?
Chamomile? No,
Chamomile?
I like Darjeeling.
Darjeeling?
Black tea,
Yeah.
Some usually, but I do mint. I grow a lot of mint.
Oh, I love a good mint tea.
And
You make your own mint?
I don't make it. God makes it, or the earth makes it, but
Yeah.
I grow it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You
I
grow
collect
it.
specimens around the world, or not around the world, but in a few countries. I could say that I visited, and I put it in the earth, and she just blooms. So as long as you give it water, it's like growing weed, kind of.
You know, mint is great. Great. No. I always said I've stored weed with mint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should take mint, and then you store the weed around it. And then it kind of gets, this is what I did. I would roll the joint, a good cannabis joint, and then I roll it with like mints and
Does it
stuff.
flag the flavor, the smell or something?
Yeah, it just absorbs the mint.
Ah,
Well, one of the best bags I ever got in my life was this place called Grass Valley, and it's about a half an hour out of Humboldt.
okay.
And this guy gave me some weed. You always just remember one bag.
Yeah,
And New York, don't get me wrong, you guys had the best weed. Shout out to Back Home Cannabis. Shout out to all these companies. But I do remember this Humboldt weed. But I remember when I hit it, it was like peppermint. Like my whole mouth. It must have got grown like next to peppermint. Like, I don't know. I just love growers that really love the nature and like, you know.
It's antibacterial mint, right? So it kills germs.
Kills germs. Very good.
If you're siphoning with someone who's got canker sore, then
Yeah. It's a good one.
clean up.
Yeah. Definitely have some mint. Could maybe cut that down. Mint and mullein for the herb. Do you do matcha?
I do matcha. I've been drinking matcha for about like 15 years.
Oh, nice.
But I drink coffee once a year. I drink usually when I travel. I drink maybe if I'm overseas, I'll have some Arabic coffee or like Italian espresso. It's real, like made.
There's nothing better than Italian espresso. Those cats take it up a notch, man. Some of the best.
I
Yeah.
like it when you take when you do Arabic coffee. You take the cup upside down after you drink it, and you
Yeah.
splat it on the table, and then you see what your fortune is after that.
Oh, wow. I haven't done that. But I know that world, like doing this podcast, and the same thing with cannabis. That's what I find fascinating. Like the culture just goes deep. Like every country has coffee. Every country has cannabis. And they haven't been doing it 20 years. They've been doing it 300 years. So everybody has their own little coffee pot, or everybody has their own, like, Tibetan hash bowl, or, Northern California Thai stick. Like everybody's got their own shit. And it's dense, and it's deep, and it has history. And it needs to be documented. That's what's great about filmmaking.
Agreed. And
What
for
about
me,
you? Let's get your coffee.
I am a coffee snob, kind of like you,
I-
Rob.
yeah.
So for me, I do my pour-overs every morning. I love that ritual.
Yes.
I am the barista for my wife,
Yes.
and that's really important. I buy all
What kind
my-
of beans?
So I'm all over the place. I like Intelligentsia.
Yes.
I like Brooklyn Coffee Roasters. I like,
Good.
what else? I have some Stumptown.
Yeah.
I know they're corporate now, but they still roast good beans.
They got good
I buy
beans.
5 pounds at a time, so my cabinets are filled with big bags because I'm worried that at some point, like, the price might go up here to where it's too expensive. And if I can't have my excuse my language, if I can't have my coffee and my weed in the morning, there's going to be some problems. So for me, it's like those two are very important. For sure,
Wow.
for sure.
Oh, wow. Actually, that's all coffee there, guys.
Oh,
if you
wow.
didn't know, he brewed that right there for
I
us.
have to drink some.
But I need to go.
You also mentioned a cannabis strain that kind of blew your mind before it went legal, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I got a story like that too, because I'm from Washington State.
Yes.
And back in the days, we used to get BC buds, right?
Mhm.
But in Seattle, I came across stuff that I've never come across since. I had some white rhino.
Yes.
And that was it was so sticky, it was like stuck to my hand. And like, man, just that, I've been kind of trying to find that again.
Yeah,
The whole
Seattle
experience.
did have really good, because I started stand-up comedy in '99, and I was in San Francisco, but I would travel to Seattle, some of my first road gigs. And I remember getting a great bag in Seattle, after this stand-up show, and I was walking back to my hotel, and it was raining.
That's
And I
typical.
got back to the hotel, and I was like, "Here, grab my bag of weed." I didn't have it.
Oh, no.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" And it was pouring outside. And this bag was so good. This was that Seattle funk that you were talking about, that BC, some Canadian hockey player grew for 50 years. And but you know what I did? I went all the way back. I traced my whole steps, and I did Terminator Zone, just ja, 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 and I found it, and I brought it back to my hotel room, my little hostel hotel room, and I rolled a fat joint right in the rain, hooked it
A
down.
testament to the power of Seattle weed.
Yeah, Seattle's got some great weed. West Coast, East Coast, it's all great. Just like coffee, I like good. Just like pizza.
That's another good cannabis partner.
Yeah, pizza and cannabis goes hands in hand. And that's what's great about New York cannabis is that you always got pizza close by.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And in California, you always had a burrito close by, but Chipotle fucked up the burrito game. But pizza, New York, you can't stop New York pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wish you guys the best of luck with the Cannabis Culture Film Festival. What do you guys have planned on the horizon? Tonight they're doing panels here with filmmakers in a pitch meeting, and what else?
So today at 1 p.m. we're starting with a pitch session with filmmakers who come and tell us about their ideas, and we have some people, some producers, gonna give them a critique.
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to go into the cannabis community discussion, where we have a good friend of mine, Kim B, who's going to run the panel, and she has a cannabis brand in New York State legal, Tritokes, and
A cannabis and creativity panel. Yeah.
and then after that, at 3 p.m., we're going to go into the Shorts Festival until 9 p.m. We have a smorgasbord of different films, short films, comedies, documentaries, and then we have Astral Plane Drifter, which is our feature, and it's a really funny, kind of like twisted. You just have to see it.
I can't wait. No, this sounds so amazing. I hope you guys keep doing this. Is there another on the horizon,
Yes.
more down the line? What are you guys thinking?
Oh,
Is
for
there
sure.
more towns, or if they like us here, can we come back next year?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the space. I would. Why not?
I love the space.
So-
I love the town. I love the Hampton Inn Hotel.
For us, we are doing this 2 times a year now. So
Yeah.
this is the kickoff of our 9th tour.
Yeah.
We're in Stoneota.
Stoneota.
And then, now we do a secondary event every year that is Christmas themed, and it's called the Cannabis Festival Screening. We do that in Brooklyn, and that's a lot of fun because we're burning right there and watching movies, and a little bit more.
Right in Brooklyn to
Yeah.
celebrate
Shout out to
the
Brooklyn.
birth of Jesus, and smoking some weed and watching a movie about trolls with lasers.
We actually started the film festival in Brooklyn, so
Yeah,
9
for
years
sure.
ago at the Williamsburg Hotel. So
I
we're-
did. I came by to that one.
Yep.
Yep. At the Williamsburg Hotel that you guys were there. And then we did Fort Collins. I did with you guys. And now you guys are going upstate. I love it. You guys have a great vision. Keep doing what you're doing. Do you have a
too.
website?
You too. You keep doing what you're doing. We're happy that you're still doing the cannabis.
Yeah, the
cocktail.
Cannabis Coffee Hour. You can book me for all kinds of film festivals and cannabis events. I'll do a podcast. We'll pump it up. We'll talk about it. We'll get it out into the world tastefully and with style and finesse. Anything you guys want to say to the universe before we let them go?
I want to say that the first time I knew that Tim was a coffee snob, it was in Fort Collins, Colorado.
And what was the action?
We had a sponsor he wanted to find a sponsor that was a coffee shop, and he found one. We went through like 2 or 3 coffee shops before we settled on one. And every morning we'd go there and he did his shit, and I was like, okay, I'll just get this tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when we met you.
He would get double espresso, frothed out latte.
You know, you got to be good at getting the sponsorships in order to pull this stuff off.
He's great at getting
You know, I got to
sponsorships.
take care of people like you because, you know, you're a fellow coffee snob. That's important as well, man.
Yeah. And I'm glad you have a good eye for coffee. I was saying on the last episode is I've been around coffee shops. I used to perform in coffee shops. I know coffee shops better than most people. But you could tell when a coffee shop has gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that smell. You know that
The
smell.
burnt tire smell.
Yeah, the burnt tire.
Yes,
when
sir.
you know when the owner doesn't
Smells
give a
like an auto
fuck
shop.
anymore. Yeah. And and it's just mothed out and it smells rank. Don't do that. Treat it with respect.
That's
Thank
why I
you.
drink tea.
Yeah, tea's good too. But thank you guys so much. We're gonna wrap up. This has been so much fun. Can you guys come and get in the last shot? We'll give them kind of a Saturday Night Live sign off.
Can I just give a shout out real quick?
Yeah,
to,
give you all your shout outs.
well, I just want to let you guys know you can find out more about the Cannabis Culture Film Festival at CCFF.com. And we're on the socials, so that's all I got for you there.
CCFilmfest.com.
Can I give today's schedule?
Yeah, give a shout out.
3 o'clock, Doc Block, including Roll with Care, which is an incredible movie, especially if you like to roll, if you like pre-rolls. It's really so much fun. And the other one, Hemp Man versus Estate, is really serious. So Rolled with Care is a little counterbalance, a little fun in the Doc Block. 420, the long shorts, don't miss it. I love the long shorts this year. We did a great job finding, 20, 30-minute long shorts. 6:15 is the short shorts, and then 7:30 Astral Plane Drifter. A great sci-fi, western, kung fu, comedy, drama, the best one you've ever seen.
Ja, 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 ja. Sounds amazing.
Want to take the mic?
Chandel, do you want to give a shout out to the universe and tell them
Shout out Cannabis Culture Film Festival. It's going to be a dope ass day.
dope ass day?
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for all that information. Look up for all these films, but dudes, this comes out on Tuesday. So, I mean, that's all that information. But yeah, the time machine. But Google, internet freaks out there. Google all these film names.
Check out
Google all
Rolled
the
with
guests.
Care.
What's
Oh,
that?
it's so good.
What's that?
Rolled with Care.
Rolled with Care. Yes, Chandel, Rolled with Care. Please check out that film. That sounds super dope. I think that's going to be on Hulu.
I'm hoping, I'm trying to get to Phoenix someday. That's the goal.
Yes, I would watch that if that showed up on my queue. All right. Peace and love, everybody. That's it for us.
Nice work, sir.